We're eating burgers today. Or we're not actually, because you see, the burgers we wanted to get, well, let's just say we can't get them anymore, and even if we wanted to, we wouldn't really want to eat it. Back in the days, MrBeast launched MrBeast Burgers. You know, MrBeast, internet millionaire, YouTube's very own Santa Claus. The one guy who's got a smile on every single thumbnail and who would start whole new trends just to give the proceeds to something charitable like paying for people's eye surgeries. Disclaimer, we truly love MrBeast and have no problem with him as a person, but where there's bad food, there's a Foodspiracy, and where there's a Foodspiracy, there's us, right here and ready to dish out the juicy deeds. So, MrBeast Burger? The question is, how and most importantly, why did MrBeast Burger go from a big brand owned by a smiling YouTuber and boasting big bucks to a restaurant famously known for serving really bad food? And what's MrBeast Burger serving up now? Spoiler alert, it might just be a lawsuit. From the kitchen to the courtroom, let's put our aliens conspiracy cream right here. Okay, where did this all begin? How did we get from MrBeast announcing that Beast Burgers had made over $100 million in revenue on Twitter, or X, or whatever the heck Elon's decided to name that app now, to suing the very same company he was hyping up only a few years before, a company he created? Well, to understand that, we need to go all the way back to before people thought it was a good idea to put salty, spicy snacks in pasta, and before TikTok decided to put NyQuil in chicken. Yes, that was a thing. YouTube King Jimmy Donaldson decided to launch his own burger chain. He named it MrBeast Burger, slapped on a logo in his signature colors, and in the typical go big MrBeast fashion, opened 300 locations overnight. This happened back in December of 2020, and for a while, everyone was happy. As mentioned earlier, he tweeted out that they were making money, and we don't know about you, but 100 million cold hard US dollars ain't chicken change. So how did MrBeast's Beastie Burger restaurant get a huge conspiracy surrounding it? Why is there even a conspiracy surrounding some YouTubers' food place? And how in sweet chimichangas are we gonna get our Beast Burgers when the restaurant doesn't even exist? Wait, what? It doesn't exist? Slow down, folks. Conspiracies don't just come without wild twists. What do you take us for? Amateurs? So by Beast Burger doesn't exist, we didn't mean literally, although at this point with lawsuits flying around, maybe it won't exist soon. But what we actually mean is that Beast Burger is a virtual restaurant run by a ghost kitchen. What are we saying? Did we mean to tell you that people are eating code and spirits are whipping up the meals now? Do we need to call the Ghostbusters? The Winchester Brothers? Mystery Incorporated? Do we need to perform an exorcism? No. Put down the holy water and send the priest back home. We can explain. A virtual restaurant, also known as a ghost kitchen, cloud kitchen, or even cooler, a dark kitchen, is a food service business that serves customers exclusively by delivery and pickup based on phone and online ordering. A business operating from low rent or non-commercial premises that prepares food ordered online for delivery directly to customers. Basically, virtual restaurants are businesses that have no physical locations and employ the services of ghost kitchens that usually, but not always, operate from low rent or non-traditional premises and prepare food for online orders. We think you get the gist, but you gotta admit, Dark Kitchen is a badass name. Like, just visualize Gravelord Nita from Dark Souls, but with a chef's hat ready to whip up a meal for you. Ghost kitchens are also referred to as micro cloud kitchens, but we didn't mention that earlier because it sounds way less cool. Okay, so we've explained the concept. Virtual restaurants are restaurants that don't physically exist, and ghost kitchens are locations with chefs that work to cook food for said virtual restaurants. All this so you can conveniently order up on some app and chow down. Cool. But what does all this have to do with good old Jimmy? Well, our little Foodspiracy-loving alien kid, when MrBeast got the great big idea to start a restaurant. He partnered up with one of those fancy schmancy, definitely not haunted ghost kitchens. The company he partnered with, Virtual Dining Concepts, according to their website, is, quote, created by restaurant owners for restaurant owners. They claim that their purpose is to empower kitchens to expand their reach and bring more diverse food, ideas, and experiences to diners everywhere. And for their clients, they offer an all-in-one solution to launch a profitable delivery-only concept in their existing kitchen operations, which is the exact thing they did for MrBeast. In fact, they still have his name and brand up in their website, displaying his name as one of their proud partnerships along with Mariah's Cookies and Buddy V's Cake Slice. But all wasn't well in whatever the MrBeast equivalent of McDonald's land would be, and that was clear when MrBeast replied with a series of tweets that set the whole thing in motion. Look, there's a plus side to hiring ghost kitchens. Except you're like a bajillionaire or something, there's no way you can open over 300 restaurants overnight. Not to talk of the other 1,700 Beast Burger came to be, but with ghost kitchens, you can do just that. As a plus, you also get to help local restaurants earn extra cash by cooking up your menu for you, which is what Jimmy wanted to do, as, according to him, the purpose of MrBeast Burger was to help restaurants make more money during the pandemic. But when it comes to virtual dining and ghost kitchens, with every positive there's a whole lot of negatives. We're talking more than the longest math problem you've ever seen, more negatives. And the biggest negative that let the world know that Jimmy wasn't happy with the MrBeast Burgers was quality control. Imagine giving two different chefs different ingredients and asking them to cook up the same meal. Obviously, it's going to taste different. Probably would look different too. And when it comes to VDC's restaurants and MrBeast Burgers, asking over 1,000 different kitchens with different staff, ingredients, and training to produce the exact same items on the MrBeast Burger menu, not everyone's gonna get the same double-beefed Jimmy Delight. But it wasn't just different tasting burgers. Nope, it was much worse than that. We're talking school lunch level worst. Burgers would come overcooked, undercooked, overcooked, underseasoned with hair in them like it was a freaking Sasquatch that cooked it. Seriously, just look at the burgers YouTubers Matt Stoney and Eddie Burback got. Matt Stoney's look so good and we definitely want to sink our teeth into that. As for Eddie's, sorry dude, that burger bun looks like a space rock. Obviously, MrBeast was the only one people were gonna blame. After all, it's his name, his brand. He was the one making big YouTube videos about Beast Burgers. Virtual Dining Concepts, who? With all those bad reviews coming in and hurting his brand, all MrBeast had to do was axe the business, cut the ropes, and jump ship. Only problem was he couldn't. According to him, the younger him had signed a bad deal. In May 2023, the original video promoting the launch of Beast Burgers was set to private and aliens started battling each other when on July 31st, Jimmy sued Virtual Dining Concepts, alleging the company damaged his reputation by delivering low-quality food and burgers that were, in the words of some fans who ordered it, was revolting, disgusting, inedible, and likely the worst burger they've ever had. In response, VDC went, "Nah, no, you," and sued Jimmy right back, claiming that MrBeast had destroyed the Beast Burger reputation himself by replying to the bad reviews, retweeting the negative reviews, and essentially showing their dinosaur bald spot to the world. Definitely not because their restaurants were shilling our sucky food. In summary, they're demanding over $100 million in damages, and that's a lot of money for Donald Duck to swim in, and it's definitely a lot of money that Jimmy Donaldson would be losing if he loses this case. Now, we're not lawyers. We don't wear robes and shiny white wigs to go to court and bang on gables, so we're not going to give you the specifics of the lawsuit. What we are going to do is separate the lawsuit from the conspiracy like rice from soy sauce and give you the lowdown on all things chow down. And what's the conspiracy here, you might ask? It's simple, really. Have you noticed how shady ghost kitchens actually are? Like, to be fair, there are advantages to it. Like MrBeast did, you get to upscale and expand quickly, and as a bonus, partnering with people who actually know the space you're looking to build business in means you can provide professional services to your customers. But herein lies the problem. Who the heck is keeping these businesses in check? A study by the National Restaurant Association found that about 7% of restaurants in the country had critical violations. Critical violations are anything that could cause customers or employees to start calling their doctors. We're talking stuff like cross-contamination, meat stored at improper temperatures, sewage backups, lack of running water, stuff you don't want happening in your kitchen. Knowing this, you might want to be a bit wary about ghost kitchens. A 2021 investigation into Reef Kitchens, a similar operation to VDC, found that out of their 61 bases in Florida, a whopping 58 violated health and safety concerns. But it doesn't end there, folks. Out of those, 21 separate kitchens had high-level safety violations, from lack of soap for chefs to wash their hands to storing meat at salmonella-giving high temperatures. 2 of their bases even had sewage leaking into the kitchen. That's a huge 33% in violations above the national average of 7%. Yeah, you might want to give that burger a second glance. If that isn't bad enough, how about the fact that most of these kitchens operate out of non-restaurant spaces? Look, we're not the restaurant police. We won't come a-knocking if your space doesn't look like Olive Garden. But shipping containers? Warehouses? Come on. The bottom line is we can't be sure how these places are inspected. At least if it's a pre-established restaurant, we know someone's checking. But if you thought point A and B were tough burger buns to swallow, wait, there's more. Not 1, not 2, but up to 50 restaurants could be operating from one location serving the same type of food. And that can't go well because there will always be ingredients that run out, always employees who won't get the proper training, always chefs who don't care about the random order they're getting from some restaurant that isn't even theirs. Beast Burger's failure was honestly inevitable with a virtual kitchen model, but it's even crazier how MrBeast pushed it so hard and it still flopped. Seriously, DJ Khaled partnered with VDC for his Another Wing, and Steve Aoki has his Pizza Aoki, and even they didn't hype up those like Jimmy advertised Beast Burger. He used to put money in random Beast Burger orders, not to mention the only physical Beast Burger restaurant that essentially pays customers to eat at it. Sorry, Jimmy, you may be MrBeast, but we're not Mr. Krabs. You can't pay us to eat your trash patties. Like Jimmy said right here, I've never run a restaurant before. Oh, really? We wouldn't have noticed. Please tell us more about how you haven't run a restaurant before over the lawsuit you're having with a restaurant you tried to run. Seriously though, no hate for MrBeast. He got great on YouTube through his own hard work and merit, and we respect that. But really, he should have just stuck to making wild YouTube videos, something he's good at, and left the food business to the professionals. Lights, camera, $1 million lawsuit. MrBeast really got himself into a pickle this time, and we don't mean the sweet kind or the Rick kind, but hey, maybe he could actually call that Exorcist and the ghost kitchens will magically go away. Or maybe he should do what we do and hand all his problems over to aliens to have him sent to space? What? We do that? Bye!